Hello, everybody, and happy Wednesday to all of you. We've got our daily lighting critique. Sync Sketch is being a little funny today, so I went ahead and did a crazy thing, which was loading up all the videos here in Photoshop. So we will see how that works. I think it should be okay. Let's see. But what we want to start with is we want to start with Brenda. So, Brenda, we got that update to the... And let me just actually... How do I do... Make this normal size. Yeah, because I have it kind of big here. Okay, start it over. Ooh, it's darker at the base. Wow, 25 seconds of footage, man. That is a lot. How you feeling? How you doing?
Good, good. I really like it actually.
Yeah. I mean, this is just like a demo reel now. Like done. You just did it. Because it's a couple different lighting scenarios and a couple different shots. There's character lighting. There's a few things going on, but yeah, it's a very, very cool shot. I know that we were working on getting some darkness in the base of the grass and the updating that edge of the water. How did that go?
Yeah, I actually did it on comp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I say it looks better to me. I don't. It makes a lot like it seems to make more sense. I don't see anything traveling with the character. That cloth sim on that garment is really great, and like you're like, it's a special like it. This is what it looks like when you have a couple artists working really well together. Someone who can make silk material, someone who can make a garment look like silk, and then someone who can light good silk. Like it all comes together, and it's just like, yep, that's a silk dress, done and done. Really beautiful stuff. All right, I will leave this open for a second. Does anybody have any thoughts on this? Any improvements that they want to see, or that they think could help Brenda out to really?
I was actually just curious about what you thought of the hue of the grass right at the end here, compared to the background grass and the foreground. You can see that the foreground is like really kind of a deep saturated green, and the background is more warm, sort of crushed black, sort of yellower green. I wondered what you thought about that.
Yeah, I think we need to take some of the blues out of that grass, Brenda. We keep doing this to you, where I think but. You know what? No, too. Keldon, you are totally right. Because it's. I think it's the blue level. Because I'm okay with because like all this has just got some atmospheric stuff going on back there, so it's gonna lift that and kind of. But yeah, this is. I would say pull back the saturation a little bit and shift away from the blues and make it more of a yellow green.
Okay. That actually has like a hue modifying thing over there.
Oh, okay. So just pull that back a little bit, and I think you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then just shift the hue a couple. I always forget if it's like negative or positive in the hue scale, but just shift it a little bit. Or just add an additional color correct and just pull out some of the blue value.
But okay.
Very good, very good call, Keldon.
Sorry, Brenda.
No. It's all like. I'll reiterate this again. It's all from a place of love with this stuff, because it really is like, because if you're thinking it, a recruiter or somebody looking at the reel will think it as well at some point. So let's just address it while we're in there, and then we can, because I guarantee you, anytime, maybe it's just me, but anytime I say like, okay, you know what, I'm good with this for now. If I look back on it in a couple months and I see something I want to change, I'll just change it then. Once you're out of a shot, like I'm out of the shot, man. It's like even if it's just like for a day, I just like where things are in the comp. I'm a very organized person, but there's just something about like it's really hard to jump back into something you have checked off your list as being done. So that's great note. All right, cool. All right, let's let's hop through. Let's go alphabetically based on who is present, and then we'll hop back through. All right, let me just close the ones as we go through them. Okay, Keldon, let's take a look here. All right, so we got the previous version. We have the update. Let me go ahead and bring them together so we can quickly A/B those. And then we have the reference as well. So the additional bounce is really helping out a lot, especially on the characters. They're looking a lot better. Like, there's something happening here with this guy where the bounce light reflection is creating a perfect eye ding for him.
Oh yeah, I made that separately.
Oh, you did? Oh, even better. Do the same thing for her, and then she'll look great too.
She's supposed to kind of look dead, is the thing.
Oh, okay, that's a different story then. Do not give her eye dings then. You did the right thing.
Basically he sort of zips around from underneath the bed there, and he sees her, and he sort of pricks his eyes or his flaps up and kind of zips over to her, and then pokes her, and she sort of falls apart, and then he flies away.
Oh no. Okay, well that's good. That's good context to have. Okay.
That's why her eyes are also sort of kind of a not a deep black like his.
Oh, I see. They're like glazed over.
Yeah.
Cool. That's a bummer for her. So
No eye dings for you.
no eye dings. Yeah, you don't get eye dings, lady. Sorry.
Yeah.
Their tires look really cool. I want to compliment you on those. Those look really nice. And then
I tried like sort of a glassy plastic shader, and then I stuck with a subsurface. I found that looked quite nice with like sort of a rubbery effect.
So I'm kind of okay. So like, technically everything's falling into place nicely, right? We've got everything like coming in. I'm just like stepping back and trying to think about this compositionally, and what we can do to see if we can push this a little bit. So one of the things that is standing out to me in a couple of these parts is the lamp and some of these toys over here. The saturation point is kind of higher than, like, if these characters were more saturated, I think they'd be fine. But because the characters are a little bit desaturated, I just kind of want to pull back the saturation on them a little bit. Just so they're not quite as poppy and they recede back into the background a little bit. And I think that kind of fits in a little better with the overall color scheme of the shot. And then I'm trying to figure out a way, and I think it's just going to be more depth of field. I was trying to figure out a way to get the characters to pop off more from the background. Like if we could somehow justify some sort of darkening happening behind them. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how it was before I added that light, and I sort of like that element of it.
Maybe we can.
On the wall.
Maybe we can just kind of. Well, it depends, right? Because is your final output going to be a still or the full animation?
The animation, yeah.
Okay, so we'll leave it until we see the animation, but we could to potentially darken it back there, and then from a style. This is one thing I was thinking earlier when I was looking at it. The trim of the windows and the baseboard, like the baseboards down here, I think it feels, maybe I just don't see it often, but usually those are white in homes, or like the baseboard is, it could be, that could be natural, but like the window, I feel like it would be whiter. And I think that those would kind of, I think that would make it pop a little bit more. Or not pop, but I think that would make that work a little bit better.
Okay.
And then more depth of field.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
The reflection in that the speck spot in the red lamp, is that too much? Because it just, I don't know, it just seems weird from the angle the light's coming in.
I think it makes sense. I mean, I think it reflects.
It's probably reflecting the
It's reflecting this hot spot here.
Okay.
Yeah.
It just seems like it's bright.
Yeah,
It's not really.
Well, it's also because we're not really like if it was kind of brighter on this side, Like if we were seeing the window or something reflected on that side. We'll let the animation play out on that. We'll see how that works, but we'll keep our eye on it for sure. That's a good idea. The only other thing that I was thinking too was that, in looking at the reference, now granted the floor is yellow in this, and so it's going to bounce a lot of yellow light. But I do still think there might be an opportunity. If it was me, let me do it this way. I would push in some more warm tones into the scene as a whole, like just to kind of maybe not necessarily the yellows, but like just some more. That might be a bit extreme, but just plugging in some more warmth into the scene.
When I was fine tuning the comp, I had the exact same thought and played with adding some overall warmness to it. Yeah. I wasn't worried about it.
Yeah, I think that would help. Okay. Are you able to render out a low res test just to see how this looks played out? Because I think it'll be cool to see how the characters look moving in and out of the light.
Yeah, for sure.
The moving character, not the dead one.
After I sort of get this feedback on this shot today, then I'm gonna get into more of the animation work. Yeah.
Cool. All right, great. All right, anybody else have any thoughts on this? Good stuff, man.
So mainly just the overall warmth, and then the
overall warmth, the saturation, increasing the depth of field.
Okay.
I'm also thinking I'm trying to figure out if there's a way. I like the wood floor, the wood on the bed. There's something about it that feels because it's like it looks like the same wood material on everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like especially underneath the bed.
Yeah.
Like I'm wondering if there should be something different under there. I don't know what it would be.
I could make it like.
I'm just gonna look at my bed behind me.
Get under your bed, Mike.
I know.
I could make it like individual, smaller planks.
Yeah, that would probably be better, and then we could see the mattress through it or something.
Okay.
Yeah, and then maybe we can figure this out. But maybe like play up like just adding more variety in the wood grain.
Right there on that foot there, that texture bothers me. It looks stretched.
Yeah.
So I went and tried to fix it, but it's actually like, you know how Substance will only use the parts of the texture map that are actually being used by the UV. Mm-hmm. It'll like mess up all the other ones too.
So it's not if the UVs aren't laid out well.
Yeah, I can't actually like make it better. Maybe I can just use a part of the texture. But
one option for that, if you want, would be to export that bed as a separate piece of geo, and then inside Substance Painter you can do an auto UV unwrap on it, and then just do that individually, and then bring it back in. Although,
how would I do that if Substance was unwrapping it? How would I get that UV?
If Substance was unwrapping it, you would then export the mesh.
The object.
Yeah, okay. The object out, and then pull that back in.
Gotcha.
That's how I would do it anyway.
Okay.
But yeah, but that does, because that if the UVs are stacked and it's like there's really nothing you can do.
Yeah, I'll play around with that.
All right, cool. All right, shut these down, and we will take a look at Andre now. All right, Andre, this is your latest and greatest. Skin looks better. I like that. I like it warmed up. How do you feel about it?
I like it. Yeah.
That's good. And then just for reference, we'll play this through one time. Just the original. I love seeing the original. I do it to my own work. One of the things that I miss about my old job is that we would have these. Every time we ran Nuke, we had a custom write node that would write out an iterated JPEG just into this folder called progress, and then you would just be able to like go back in time and see every time that you ran your Nuke script, and it was I loved those because I would like go back and see where I started and step through, and there were so many times I was just like, man, what was I thinking in this first iteration?
That's basically I have a folder from since I started photographing, so there's like I don't know, thousands of pictures, and I go to like the early ones, and I'm like, oh gosh, this is so bad.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, the photo portfolio, the stuff that I used to submit to try and get jobs. It's not like, and like with CG, you can be like, oh, well, the technology has changed and computing, but cameras are cameras, man. Like I had everything available to me. I just wasn't very good yet. Okay, cool. I think I'm going to leave it open and see if anybody has any thoughts on this.
oh, this one is not the latest one, though.
Oh, it's not?
I saw a flicker on the hip thing at the end. Let me see.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's good.
Okay.
It's a light. It's the light. It's not the.
Oh, got it. That's the good flicker, not the bad flicker.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, I think we're ready to clap. You guys feel good? Everyone feel good about this? All right, let's do it. All right, congratulations, Andre. This looks great. All right, I'll go ahead. I will add this to the Hall of Fame later today. So let me go ahead. I'll just save this in here.
Is this reels worthy?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so here comes the 5-day rendering in.
Yeah, let's get the samples knocked out. And
Hey, yeah.
good.
At least when I was in Brazil, I put the whole background for rendering.
Yeah.
So that one is pretty good already, I think. I don't see like. So
No,
I
was just seeing it mostly on the characters. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll do the characters now. Cool.
Cool. All right, let me keep this open just to remind myself to do that. All right, I think we got everybody. Anybody live with anything that we haven't looked at yet? All right, cool. Let's hop over. We'll do Alfredo's, and then we'll hop over to Austin next. All right, so this is the previous one. The main note was that we wanted to just make each, because right now this felt like one lighting scene. We wanted to make these feel like little vignettes and make them kind of 4 distinct scenes. And I think it's working. I think it's working well. I think that for me, these two in the middle feel too similar. They both feel like afternoon type lighting. I think what we can do is do like morning, and then either one of these. I like this. I think I like this top one better. Although they're both good. Yeah, just pick one. Morning, and then this, make it like a rich sunset. So the morning kind of would feel more like yellow, like more like coolish, and this would feel more sunset orange red. Now for this one down here, I think it's just too much yellow coming in. So much so that it's like, even though it's like the sunlight coming through, it's bright. It's the character still favors more yellow, and I think, yeah. And for anybody that wants to, there are these just not random, but like these little floating bits outside of the model. Feel free to turn those off if you want. Why is that? Oh, I see. So yeah, so I think definitely less yellow. It almost feels like you can kind of go in this range. And with this much like natural light coming in, I think we can.
I think that one thing in that one that kind of like makes it feel more yellow than it even really is, is that the fact that the window, it's like really yellow, where in a normal scene it would be blown out. So it would be no matter how sunsetty or how morning, yellow light it will be, the window would be blown out white.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that
That's fair too.
two things that I'm wondering here is that on the bottom 3, the light is coming all from the same place, like the angle of the light all the same.
Yeah, good call.
And I also kind of like,
and it's also doing it here.
Yeah, exactly. And the other thing is that it's also there's some light coming from the right side, right camera side, that's doing some harsh shadows
Mm-hmm.
on the bottom three, and it's like maybe have that soften, or I don't know, because it's kind of like, well, the sun is coming from the left side. What is it coming from the right side that is doing these shadows? Because even if there was a light inside, it wouldn't overpower the sun.
Yeah, you're totally right. Yeah, so great call on the position of the key light. Let's move that around and like pretend like the sun is arcing over the scene. So that because it would be like you would have to choose kind of what the if you want the sun to be coming in at sunset or sunrise. For me, it makes sense at sunset because that provides the most opportunity to really add that warmth. Where sunrise is it's kind of there's usually like mist in the air, there's clouds often in the morning. It generally creates more of an overcast, softer feel. But yeah, watch out for. Yeah, I'm not quite sure where that shadow is coming from. The dangerous part of doing a scene like this is that this one here. Oh, wait. The dangerous part of doing a scene like this is that without all the walls, you can easily bring in extra light that wouldn't normally be there. So one of the things that you can do is actually put walls on this scene and then just turn off their primary visibility and their ability to cast shadows or whatever. Because then they could still, or just make them like thin walls and just make them not double-sided. Because what they could then do is just provide an opportunity to A, block the external light, and B, allow more of the light inside the room to bounce around a little bit. You can give that a try and see how that works. But yes. So let's change the direction of the lights. Let's make sure we're not adding in too much light from the windowless room. For each one of these scenes, I love where it's going. I think we can push the colors harder and make it like really over the top. Like the sunset should feel very warm. The noon should feel bright. The morning should be cool and soft. And the nighttime one, what I did up there was I just I get this one. I increased the amount of warmth in the tungsten light because night light really works out best, or tungsten light works out really well at night because it provides a balance between the cool exterior with like a little bit of warmth interior, and you can make some fun patterns there. But I think as far as a proof of concept, I think this is working. I think it's just about getting the details there. All right, cool.
I've got one little comment. It's not necessarily lighting specific.
Mm-hmm.
The third one down where you have the two little characters, maybe make one of the characters a different color.
I like keeping them white. Maybe just they have the little sprout on top of the head. Maybe just change the color on that or make that slightly different. Also, looking at it now, I see the sprout, the hair, let's call it the hair, is green down here, and then we kind of lose it up here. So maybe make that one the green character, and then that one like orange or something.
Yeah, just to make it a little bit of variation between the two.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They just look like clouds. I just want to like hug them. That's good. All right, cool. Let's hop over into Austin. Oh, go ahead.
I thought of them like marshmallows, and I wanted to eat them.
Yeah. They just had the Ghostbusters premiere at the movie theater next door to me. And I should have posted this, but the original Ghostbusters car was parked outside my building, and I was like,
oh, nice.
Yeah. And then, Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd and those guys showed up. I didn't see them. You know what else happened the other day? Taylor Swift came to a movie premiere in the movie theater next door to me, and the sound of the crowd, it was like I've never heard anything like it. I'm 12 floors up, and it like shook my windows and walls. I was like, oh my god.
Wow.
It was intense. The Taylor Swift love is real. All right. Austin. Okay, cool. I love the mood that you're going for that you're getting more with this. Like we're really, really digging in. this a little smaller. I want that red light to be tighter. I want it to be like a tight rim on her almost. It's funny because I can see that the radius is small because it's got a tight shadow on her, but it might just be the position of it. Like I really kind of want it to, and this is going to be tough, but I really want it to feel like almost like a tight rim around her as opposed to that much. So it's more about getting like, and we might have to increase the radius of the light, and this is where it's going to be tough because that sharp shadow is going to be a little distracting. But like the way that this is nice and tight on her arm, like that's kind of how we want it. It's just when she gets down and in a couple of the poses, it starts to hit her back a little bit broadly. And this is where like some of the techniques of subtly animating the light or maybe having a couple of different lights comes really in handy here because we can probably hide, let me put it this way. We can definitely hide the animation of some of the light in like especially when she comes down, like in through here it's tough because it's slow motion, but like through that like kind of whipping leg thing you can definitely like just move a light and no one will ever know the difference.
I like the sparkliness on her clothes.
Yeah, that's a really good adjustment. It's tough to tell with the low res noise quality. I thought that was just, you were right.
If it is noise, then maybe find a way of keeping it there.
It's the second day in a row we've leaned into the noise as being a benefit. It's a feature, not a bug.
Yeah.
All right, cool. This is looking really good. I think tightening that up. I'm loving the darkness on the background, and I think that we can push the brightness of these overhead lights. Like I can feel their influence maybe a little bit more in the center, just to kind of keep pushing that contrast and that mood. It's like they're bright in the middle and then a darkness in the corners. Really beautiful stuff, though. All right, cool. Let me just play through one more time, see if anybody else has thoughts. Yeah. All right, cool. Take a look at Stephanie's now. Yeah, now we're really feeling like that drone is right behind him, chasing him down the stairs. Yeah. Like the little subsurface back there. His jacket or whatever he's got under his arm looks really great, that blankety thing. I wonder if the shader on the hat is too dark, just because like we're getting so much brightness here and it looks great. I would expect to see a little bit up there on the captain hat or whatever that is. And then are we missing the shader on the brim of the hat, or is it might just be that color? It's just because it kind of looks like the same color as his mustache, hair, shirt. Just making sure that everything's coming through there. And then just double check this. Although this might just be, you know what? It's fine. I'm realizing it's just doing, like, I was looking at the stair stepping on these lights up here because it really, really comes out strong when it's playing through in Photoshop here, but it stops when it stops. So that might not be an issue, but just keep your eye on that. And maybe get a little bit more influence from this light on him at the very end. Any other thoughts on this one? And I love seeing this little bit of the drone light hit the wall too. It kind of brings it all together. I like the color of the lights in the background. I think those are working out pretty well. You can kind of feel that on him now. Great progress, man. All right, cool. I realize I keep looking at myself and I'm like doing this a lot in today's critique and just like I'm falling completely out of frame. But yeah, I become very animated when I look at stuff. All right, cool. Great work today, everybody. This is looking really good. Andre, we'll get yours uploaded. And it's the 17th of the month, so we've got less than 2 weeks left for the lighting challenge. So make sure you guys get that downloaded, get working on it. It's a very cool scene, and I'm really excited to see what y'all do with it. So, all right, awesome. That is all for today, and I will talk to y'all very soon.
Thank you.
All right, be good, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.